Welcome. You all know about IITs, and I'm sure you want to be in one of the IITs. When you think of IIT, what comes to your mind is the joint entrance exam, which is a very tough exam, even if you look at even from world standards. A huge number of people write it, but there are only a few seats, something like 1,000 in each IIT. So what happened to the rest of the people? Naturally, they won't get selected in the JEE for doing BTech. Today, I'm going to tell you about the possibilities at IITs to study postgraduate courses, even if you miss JEE and doing BTech in IIT. Is that clear? We will talk about postgraduate courses at IIT, for which you need not come through the JEE, which is for BTech admissions. Before talking about that, just a few statements about the BTech itself. All BTech courses are not only for engineering. Maybe you are surprised to hear this. Yes, all IITs take BTech students for various engineering branches through JEE, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and all branches of engineering. All that is through JEE, that you know. But I just want to mention that in addition to engineering courses, very few science-based courses exist. For example, to be specific, BTech in engineering physics. This course exists in IIT Kanpur, Delhi, Madras. So this is, if you come through JEE, you could choose branches of engineering depending upon your performance, your rank in JEE, but you also have an option for engineering physics. Engineering physics will have partly physics. I mean, roughly half the courses will be physics based, and the other half electrical engineering in Madras IIT and different branches of engineering in other IITs. But the degree you get will be BTech. Okay, having said that, I will come to our topic of today, which is postgraduate courses. Let us see what are the opportunities for someone who wants to do a postgraduate course at IIT. I will share my screen for this. I hope you can see the window. Okay, let's go. This screen tells you about the Master of Arts courses, MA. And this is not, the entrance to this is not through JEE, but called HSEE, Humanities Examination, HSEE it is called. You can see the detail in various sites. You can read here, IIT Gandhinagar, Hyderabad, Kanpur, Madras, Delhi, and Bombay have MA courses in different disciplines as listed here. For example, IIT Madras in Development Studies, IIT Kanpur MA in Economics, Hyderabad MA in Liberal Arts, etc. At this stage, I would also like to tell you some important thing. That is, whereas the matters related to JEE and BTech engineering are common to all IITs, almost all IITs, the same thing, same JEE, same BTech degree. Whereas this situation is quite different for special courses like PG courses or 5-year integrated courses. There, it differs from IIT to IIT. So if you are interested in a particular course, you have to look up the website of that particular IIT and then decide, then get all the details of that particular course. This is true for PG courses and other special courses. Master of Arts MA course is a 5-year integrated course. You enter this after your +2. Whether you write JEE or not, you have to write HSCE and get selected in that exam, where the competition is much less compared to JEE. Then, depending upon your rank, you can get one of these topics and your interest, of course. So, if you're interested in this, this is a very special course. Look up at each individual IIT and see what they have to offer. That's about MA course. The rest are about science courses mostly. You have BS MS course, Bachelor of Science, Master of Science. This is called BS MS course. And this is 5-year integrated course, entry through JEE, the same JEE. You could choose this science courses, for example, chemistry, mathematics, and physics in IIT Bombay, Delhi, Kanpur, Madras, etc. and Kharagpur, the basic science courses. That is, after JEE, based on your interest and your rank in the JEE, one of the options for you is to do a 5-year dual degree course. This is called dual degree because at the end of the course you get a BE certificate and a BS certificate and an MS certificate. You are BS, MS, Bachelor of Science and Master of Science after 5 years. Is that clear? Entry through JEE, 5 years, integrated BS and MS. And at the end of 5 years, you get your bachelor's and master's. All the IITs written here, mentioned here, have all the science courses, basic physics, chemistry, maths. In addition, IIT Bombay has an economics course, IIT Delhi has textile technology, IIT Kanpur has computing, scientific computing. That is called, it's not a mathematics, they have mathematics and scientific computing. IIT Kharagpur, again, mathematics and computing, and economics too. So you could choose any of these options if you get through this. So this is again integrated. It's a postgraduate course. It's a graduate and postgraduate course together. This is called MS, dual degree or BS MS courses in IIT. Now we come to engineering. We have Master of Technology in Tech. This is not for +2, not after your +2, but after your degree. This is a postgraduate course. All these MTechs are postgraduate courses, and entry is through GATE rather than JEE. GATE is another competitive exam like JEE. JEE is what you do after your +2, and GATE is what you do after your degree, because the admission is for postgraduate courses. Most IITs have almost all branches of engineering. For details, you can check each IIT website. What are the specific details? For example, electrical engineering may have course like photonics in some IITs as mainstream. Civil engineering may have structures, and it may have environment like that. Like that, each IIT may offer a slightly different version of this. You could check up for details if you're interested in a particular IIT or a particular subject. JEE is one common exam, whereas GATE has several question papers in different subjects. So you will write GATE in the subject in which you have taken your BE or BTech. So in your area of majoring, you write GATE, and then you will be eligible for that particular department. There are some cross-disciplinary situations which you can look up at the IIT to see, depending upon the branch. In general, you take, for example, an engineering degree in electrical engineering or civil engineering, then after GATE, you get admission into MTech in electrical engineering or civil engineering, respectively. I hope that is clear to you. This course is MTech. This is a 2-year course, and you get the degree you get will be MTech in that particular branch. For example, MTech in civil engineering, MTech in mechanical engineering, etc. This is a minimum eligibility criteria for being a lecturer in an engineering college in an engineering subject. The next course is Master of Technology in special branches. As I said, MTech is available in civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical, etc. Apart from that, some of the IITs have special branches, and you have to choose on that particular IIT. For example, robotics, IIT Madras has biomedical engineering, robotics, computational engineering. So if you are interested in, for example, robotics, you should look up IIT Madras website and robotics MTech in robotics, to see what are the specialities and which subject you write in GATE and all that. Again, we have ocean technology, industrial mathematics, which is not engineering, and scientific computing, functional materials and nanotechnology. Functional materials and nanotechnology course is given by physics department, and a degree in physics. It's not engineering degree you require. Degree in physics or material science or chemistry or nanoscience. So that's why I was telling, for PG courses, situation is a bit different, especially for MTech in special branches, which we are discussing right now. You have to go to each IIT and check their website for specific details of that course. IIT Kharagpur has biomedical engineering, transportation engineering, then exploration geophysics, hydrology, and water resources engineering. These are the courses in IIT Kharagpur. Then you have IIT Bombay, urban design, environmental science and engineering, petroleum engineering, corrosion science and engineering, systems and control engineering. IIT Delhi has energy studies, textile technology, industrial tribology, and maintenance management, optoelectronics and optical communications. Please note that IIT Bombay and Delhi have all these courses in addition to their regular courses, regular branches of engineering, such as civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and all. Similarly, the other IITs too. Earlier, we discussed IIT Madras and IIT Kharagpur. They also have these special courses in addition to their main branches, their usual branches like this. So MTechs, all branches are there everywhere in all IITs. In addition, we have these special branches for MTech. Now comes Master of Science. Master of Science, many people are unaware of this fact that IITs offer MSc degree, 2-year MSc degree, Master of Science in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Here again, it is available. MSc in physics, chemistry, and mathematics is available in almost all IITs. The eligibility is you should have degree in that relevant branch. What is relevant branch depends on each IIT, each course. But in general, If you want to do MSc in physics, you need a BSc in physics or equivalent, etc. Now, just like JEE exam and GATE exam, there is an exam called Joint Admission Test or JAM, which you have to take and pass. Or, I mean, be selected. You get a good rank in JAM in order to get into the MSc program. And this is common for all IITs. You write one JAM test, and depending upon your rank and interest, and of course a specific field, the area subject, you will get admission into various IITs for that particular course. MSc in physics, chemistry, and mathematics is what we discussed just now. That's available in all IITs. In addition, there are 2-year MSc courses other than these subjects. For example, Kharagpur has got geology. Bombay and Roorkee IITs have applied geology. Bombay and Roorkee have also got biotechnology. Delhi has got applied optics. Hyderabad and Guwahati IITs have mathematics and computing instead of mathematics. They do not have MSc in mathematics, but they have MSc in mathematics and computing. Applied statistics and informatics is available in Bombay IIT, and theoretical computer science 2-year MSc program is available in Madras. So here again, for each one of them, for example, geology, what will be the eligibility criteria? Please look up that particular IIT and the particular details of that particular course. These are special courses, unlike the physics, chemistry, mathematics, MSc courses. To repeat all these MSc courses, that is, we discussed here and here, all these courses are 2-year MSc courses. You come after your graduation, you spend 2 years, and then you are eligible, you become eligible for MSc, Master in Science, in that particular branch, Master of Science in that particular branch. In addition, we have MS degree. This is called Master of Science by Research. This is a research degree. So far, we discussed MSc, MTech, and all that, which were all course-based programs, course-based programs. You write, you attend classes, lectures in some courses, you write the exam, and then you get eligibility. Pass the exam and get eligibility. But here it is research. MS and PhD are the research degrees of IITs. And in these courses, you will have very few regular courses, but it will be mostly research. So you will be submitting a thesis at the end of the program. PhD is available in engineering and science, but MS is available only in engineering, branches of engineering, not in physics, chemistry, biology, maths, and all that. Okay, is that clear? MS is a research degree. There will be a few courses, but most of it will be research based. MS degree is given mostly in engineering, and PhD is given in both engineering and science. That we will discuss later. Right now, let's focus on MSc. Again, most IITs have almost all MS degree in almost all branches of engineering. Eligibility is BE or BTech in general. In general, for an MS program, you need a BE or BTech in that. For example, if you want to do MS in electrical engineering, you will have to do BE or BTech in electrical engineering. The duration of this course, I have written it as generally 2 years. What do you mean with generally 2 years? An MTech or MSc program is strictly for 2 years. At the end of the 2 years, the program is over. But MS program depends upon your thesis. As I said, the main part of it, a major part of it is the thesis, which you have to do some research and submit a thesis. So it will be till the submission of your thesis. You might have done all the coursework in time, but then your thesis may not be over in 2 years. If it is not over in 2 years, you'll have to wait. Some people take 2.5 years or 3 years sometimes to submit the thesis. So it's not a fixed duration because of the nature. That is a research program. Now we have the PhD program. PhD program is highest degree you can get from an IIT or in general. PhD is available in engineering and science, all branches of engineering and all branches of science in all IITs. Apart from that, apart from PhD in physics, PhD in chemistry, etc., and PhD in mechanical engineering, PhD in electrical engineering, all that is available. In addition, some of the IITs have interdisciplinary PhD. Most IITs have interdisciplinary PhD. That is, you may do research in an area bordering physics and electrical engineering, chemistry and chemical engineering, things like that. So this is called, in that case, in those cases, it is called interdisciplinary PhD. Between two departments or more departments. Then another option is joint PhDs with some foreign countries. There are schemes by which you can do a joint PhD. And when you do the joint PhD, it will be with partly in IIT Madras and partly in another institute, such as National University of Singapore or some university in Australia, if you do in IIT Madras. So 2 years you will spend here and roughly 2 years in the other country. You will do part of the work here and part of the work there, and it will be joint degree from both the institutes. This is again a special thing, not a very common thing. And which country and which IIT have these joint programs depends on the IIT. You have to look up the IIT website for the joint PhD program. This number is increasing. For example, a few years back, IIT Madras had joint degree program only with Singapore, but now it has got with Australia and some European countries and all. But that is not guaranteed. There is no special admission into that program. That depends upon the department you join and the guide you join, the area you join, and all that. The eligibility for PhD in general is graduation in science, post-graduation, or graduation with excellent score in engineering. If you want, for example, if you want to do PhD in chemistry, you need an MSc in chemistry. Or related subjects such as industrial chemistry, etc., which some colleges or universities may have. If you want to do PhD in electrical engineering, you need to have an MTech in electrical engineering or a BTech under special cases. A very excellent performance in BTech. Then with that you can join for a PhD program in engineering subjects. That's why I said PG or UG with excellent score in engineering. Check the website of each IIT for details. Those who possess an MTech will get a scholarship. Those who do not have an MTech will have to go through GATE exam again. For example, if you want to join PhD in physics, chemistry, mathematics, you have to go through the GATE exam because your degree is MSc, not MTech. The duration of PhD program is not fixed. It could take about 4 to 5 years. You will have to do original research work. First 1 year or so, you will be given some courses. You will have to do the courses, pass the courses. Then you'll have to do undergo an interview, and the committee will decide whether you are fit to do research. Then you start your research program. You continue research till you get some results. You get 1 or 2 papers you publish in international journals, and then you become eligible for a PhD. Normally, students take 4 years, in rare cases, in general, 4 to 5 years time. Sometimes even exceeding 5. And the PhD program will continue till you submit your PhD thesis. One good thing is, of course, at that age you need it. The good thing is that you will get a PhD, a fellowship for PhD, a good fellowship, decent fellowship. for 5 years. This can be GATE. You can come through GATE. If you come through, for example, in sciences, if you come through GATE, you will get the fellowship. Or it need not be only GATE. You can write the CSIR exam or UGC exam. And once you clear those, the UGC or CSIR will give you the fellowship. The fellowship amounts are almost same and will be revised every few years. It will be revised. You will get a decent fellowship. It's like a job, almost like a job. And at the end of 4 or 5 years, depending upon your thesis submission, you complete all the requirements, and then the thesis will be evaluated by experts, the committee, and then finally you will have the Viva, PhD Viva exam. If you successfully clear the PhD Viva, you will be given the PhD degree. What more? We were talking about how to get into IIT. You all know about JEE, how to get into BTech. What I was telling you all the time is how to get into MTech program, MSc program, MS program, and all that. In addition to all that, you have postdoctoral research fellowship. Suppose you don't get into BTech, suppose you don't get into MTech, suppose you don't even get into IIT with your for PhD, still you are eligible to apply for postdoctoral fellowship. So postdoctoral fellowships are after PhD. This is for those who completed their PhD and got their PhD degree. This is available in all IITs, all departments, engineering and science. Eligibility will be a PhD in the relevant branch. You will be asked to submit a research proposal and give a seminar on your research findings of PhD and this proposal. This will be attended by several people, and depending upon their recommendation, you will be called for an interview. And this interview committee will examine all details and then decide whether to give you a postdoctoral fellowship or not. Postdoctoral fellowship, this is after PhD. It also does not have a fixed duration, but it is given for a year. And if your performance is good, it can be renewed for another year. That's about it. And you just imagine what will be your age at that time after PhD, 2 more years. And that within that, you should get settled in your permanent career, in your job or career. So that's why this is only given for 1 year. And if everything goes well, another year. Needless to say, a fellowship will be provided for postdoctoral research work. The postdoctoral fellowships are of different kinds. IIT is given an institute fellowship. That depends on your being selected through the procedure which I mentioned just now. Then there are special schemes of women candidates, women's postdoctoral fellowship. For that, you have to check each IIT for the details. Then there are national PDF for postdoc, just like a general postdoc, institute postdoctoral program. It's called institute PDF, women PDF, just like that. There is another category which is called the national agencies. That is the central government gives you the fellowship, and under that scheme, you can join one of them. If you get scholarship by that route also, you can join for postdoctoral research fellowship. So please remember, IIT doesn't mean only BTech through JEE. Even if you write BTech and you don't get a good score, don't get disappointed. Do a very good graduation somewhere and then come for a postgraduate course in IIT. Even if you miss that, you can do PhD later. You're still eligible to do PhD here. And after PhD, you're also eligible to do postdoctoral research fellowship here. So I hope you got some new information today, which you were not aware of earlier. And I do hope all of you will try your best to get into one of these programs, depending upon your interest, your area, and your training. The main thing is not to get disappointed in life just because you don't get a good rank in JEE. Life doesn't end there. So keep that in mind always. I hope very good, excellent career opportunities and academic opportunities for all of you. Yes.